Welcome back to another shadowing. Are you ready? Please listen and repeat after me. We'll say each sentence 2 times slow and 2 times fast. Let's get started. Number 1, very easy, is how have you been? When we ask how have, it often sounds like how've. Let's practice. How have you been? How have you been? How have you been? How have you been? Good. Now, if you're using British English, it might sound more like been, but Americans say ben. So, if you're talking to an American, you'll hear ben, B-E-E-N. We don't say been. And the meaning, how have you been, means how are you these days, recently. Very common. You could also say, how have you been recently, how have you been these days. Same meaning. Now let's try number 2. Another common question if you haven't seen someone in a while. Have you done anything interesting recently? Let's slow that down. Have you done anything interesting recently? 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 Be careful with interesting. We usually don't say interesting. We say interesting. That's 3 syllables. Interesting, not interesting. So it's pushed together into 3 syllables, interesting. For example, the movie was really interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's do number 3. What have you been up to these days? Similar to how have you been? What have you been up to? That means, what have you been doing recently? What have sounds like would've. We don't write it would've, but it sounds like a contraction. Would've. What have you? Yeah. American English, you often sounds like yeah, and again, been. What have you been up to? To be up to something means doing something. What have you been up to these days? Let's practice. What have you been up to these days? 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 Okay, that's it. Those are 3 common questions that people ask each other if they haven't met in a while. Use them. They are useful, very natural, and you may also hear them if you're talking to foreigners. That's it for this shadowing. Thank you for joining. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos. See you next time. Bye.